can't be allowed to get away with this. I will wring his neck, the nerve. The fucking nerve!
I'm right here? You do know that, right?
Yes, in fact. Hey, Brian, I have a very simple question appertaining to my rock and roll nightmare review.
Oh, okay. Shoot. No, that's just a saying. Just ask.
I told the minions to start a letter-writing campaign to Steven Seagal to make him kill you. Why are you still alive?
Although a couple of months ago, a guy who looked like Seagal did try to kidnap me.
Oh, fuck. Should have realized he can't read. Do you want to watch a movie?
No, I actually need to see an acclaimed Terrence Malick film.
Too bad. Welcome to the void.
Why am I closed?
Oh, that's a side effect of travelling via editing. It just means I have to snip out parts of your life. Many cups of tea, meals, sleeping, funeral of a loved one, stuff like that.
Who did you kill?
No one important.
Oh, thank God. Wait, no one's important to you.
I'm glad you finally noticed. Shall we watch a movie?
Fast lane to a hurricane. Open road ready to roll. Put pedal down right away. Red line and I'm giving more. City lights burn right behind me. Top down I push it to the floor. Street sign center land speeding. Burning hot I feel ready to roll.
So, this is the compound. Gotta admit, I was expecting something a little grander.
Oh, Brian, please. This is not the compound. This is a pocket universe. Observe. Watch as my hand disappears into the void as it leaves the frame. Ooh, look at that. Touching the void. Ooh, I'm edging the void. I'm fondling the void.
Don't fondle the void. Leave that void alone. It doesn't want to be
I
fun.
can fondle the void if I like. But okay, I will make this place feel a little bit more at home for you, okay? What can I find here that will do that? Who knows? Oh! Yes, this will make you feel at home. There you go, very English.
What is this?
It's a transphobia flag.
What are we watching?
No, we're just watching Terrorvision.
Is that just another name for where the dead go or die?
Brian, please. That film weighs way too much to me. There is no way in hell that I would inflict you on it. Terrorvision is one of many films produced by Charles Band in the mid-80s, when low-budget schlock was big enough business that you could afford your own castle. This one in particular. He filmed Castle Freak there. Now, unless you're me, and let's be honest here, very few people are, the chances are, if you've ever come across Terrorvision, it's in a list of the worst films ever made.
I didn't, but I'm adding it to mine preemptively.
But people who list it there are being unfair. They aren't watching this with the right mindset. If you take this for what it is, arguably, though it is a bit of a weak argument, it's a perfect outsider-looking-in European parody of 1980s Americana.
Even though it was written, directed and produced by Americans?
Well, like I said, the argument is kinda weak, but, it was filmed in Italy.
Well, disagreement makes things just take longer, so I agree.
Very wise.
Back on planet Earth, this is basically the perfect double bill with Troll. They're both mid-80s, they both feel like children's movies somehow made for adults, and they were shot back to back with each other. John Carl Beckler, who did the kinda shitty looking creature design, also directed Troll. He was working on this by day and editing Troll by night, which nearly explains both films.
Probably explains the great Italian amphetamine shortage in 1986, which I just made up. I love the artificiality of the world, almost like the Italian crew of this film being made in Italy was showing how vapid, plastic, artificial, and unnatural modern American culture is.
Either that or they filmed it in a studio and everyone competent enough to make it look like real life will let go for costing too much.
Oh no, it is clearly an underappreciated piece of subversive Italian pop art.
An underappreciated piece of Italian pop art which was based on a movie poster someone mocked up?
That's how subversive those crafty Italians were. They were even taking the piss of American marketing techniques.
Those very crafty Italians were American!
Anyway, I'd like to see a movie about an evil satellite dish sometime. Stay Tuned doesn't count, it pales in comparison to the real-life evil of Jeffrey Jones. But back to Terrorvision, the director was Ted Nicolau, or Taddeo Nicoletti, according to the mistress.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. Italians used American names when making low-budget genre movies all throughout the 80s.
The sure-to-be-surprised he's actually Italian Ted Nicolau is making his feature debut here, before helping create whole careers of online reviewers with classics like the Subspecies movies.
His career is indeed a spicy meatball.
Can we just drop this, please? He's not even Italian.
I reject your reality and I substitute my own.
But he didn't even direct that part of Dungeon Master!
Oh, what a sec. I just had a great idea. Charles Band in 5 seconds.
That's what I like! Little things hitting each other!
But back to the film, as Shatner might say, because the first shot does feature an upside-down USS Enterprise model and holds it just long enough for you to never unsee it. Spark, it's a shitty model!
Pluton, planet of shite Roman historians. They dispose of a lot of old Jerry Anderson models.
Ugh, well, that's attractive. Well, all things are relative.
I am gorgeous. No, look at him. No. Check it out. I'm fucking amazing looking. This is the giant mutant creature disposal chamber, and based on the set design, it's on lease from the Cardassians, who probably mostly used it to disintegrate Bajorans and other small, harmless furry creatures.
It must be a tough job trapped in a tube the whole time, only close to nature in order to destroy it. At least he gets to touch glass every so often. Just so you know that, like the film, this is basically an elaborate science fiction toilet flushing.
Space pinball?
There goes the planet!
I dance by the light of the TV screen all night long.
You gotta love it when a film starts off with its own 1980s animated kids cartoon spin-off theme song.
I know, right? Best part of the movie.
Though I can't help but notice that they seem to have reinvented the William Hartnell Doctor Who intro, just in time for the beginning of the McCoy era. You truly can't beat Italian timekeeping.
Stanley, quit screwing around! Stanley, I'm right in the middle of my program!
Oh, don't worry, lady, I've seen this story before. He runs up and down some corridors, says something witty, topples the government, and leaves before anyone can arrest him.
Lay off me, beautiful. I almost got this baby wired.
Not quite as wide as the cast, though. You can really tell this family loves TV. They decide to live on a sitcom set. These are the Futtermans. Dad, Garrett Graham, for real this time, not the fake version from Grimm. Mum, Mary Warrenov, the queen of offbeat 80s movies. Grandpa, Burt Remsen, who has an IMDb page twice as long as he was.
Is it a good sign that I can't tell if you're talking about his dick or not?
I'm talking about his height. And there's the kids, Sherman and Susie. Sherman is Chad Allen, who had a prolific career in the 80s and 90s before retiring from acting to become a psychologist. And Susie is Diane Franklin, who is actual royalty in the best way, as she played Princess Joanna in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
With the all-American family, a keen eye for pastiche, and the giant, ominous satellite dish, this is kind of like Stay Tuned, but without Jeffrey Jones as himself. Yeah,
but in Stay Tuned he's both from and destined for hell, so it works. What also works is Mary Warrenoff in the role of the mum. It really lends it a Joe Dante / Paul Bartel movie vibe, but not as good.
Earth Station Putterman is at it again.
Oh, Daddy. He's such a dork.
He thinks he's a genius. What can you do?
Anyway, paranoid loon and future InfoWars star Gramp has arrived home.
Hi, Gramps.
Hey, honeybee. You know what about the U2s?
Yeah, that's where they're watching the review.
Apologies for the, everything.
Gramp is trying to make lizard tail jerky a thing. Kind of a self-defeating business model, I would have thought, if the tails grow back. It's like a perpetual motion cuisine.
Lizard tail jerky. You eat the tail, just grows another one. And you eat it too.
But that's later on, so forget I said anything. Well, Susie is just equal parts adorable and the human equivalent of this emoji.
The dad and his best friend, this guy, are still trying to get the satellite TV working. His buddy works for the company, but unfortunately the dad splurged out and the company guy does fuck all to help and just stands around drinking instead deal.
Tried to warn you, Mr. P. These do-it-yourself 100s are kind of temperamental.
What's with this thing, Norton? I'm getting electrocuted here.
Which is especially good because everyone's dressed like walking fire hazards. So much polyester. It's like the whole cast is a bet on who proves the existence of spontaneous human combustion first. And he means to start with his pants.
Okay, let's take a moment to look at the badly painted elephant in the room, all the pornography on the walls, and have a moment's silence to commemorate the hours someone's going to have spent censoring it all.
I don't know why you're laughing.
I'm just enjoying the thought of you having to edit all of this shit.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna get to spend a lot of hours looking at porn, and I'm gonna end up transforming this footage so much that the fucking bots will go and block one of your videos instead.
Going back to the transgressive art angle that I know you all love so much, this artwork is exactly what I'm talking about. This porn all over the walls is Roman, it's Renaissance, it's very classical but done in a 20th century American style. This is Italians taking the piss out of America by showing a vulgar American bastardization of classical Italian stuff.
Regardless of why it's there, this is certainly a choice. This somehow has more breasts than the average series of Euro trash. Your eyes just drift to the background and then you'll be like, whoa, cartoon vagina!
It's like, who censored Roger Rabbit, a XXX parody?
Don't you mean who framed Roger Rabbit?
I know exactly what I mean!
My biggest question about the artwork is exactly how it interacts with a bit on Chad Allen's wiki page that explains that he was raised in a strict conservative religious family. Were they just not allowed on set then?
Most couples, no matter how literal their swinging, would tone this sort of thing down when kids enter the picture, but those couples don't get eaten by a ravenous space turd. You decide if that's a fair exchange.
Got that radar up yet?
It's not radar, Pop.
The radar is that crap on his head. Apparently there is such a thing as too much flair. I will give you one thing though, Hagan. This film perfectly captures how much of a cartoon the USA doesn't know that it is.
Holy tomato.
Ah! Brain shot! Bam! Bam! Bam!
Say, Mr. P, you mind if I grab another hiney?
If you're gonna hang out and guzzle my heinies...
Ah, this is new. We've all heard of gay or European.
I'm both.
I'm neither so long as Nigel Farage gets his way.
But this is gay or American. American by way of some Europeans. And like him, the question's somehow getting harder.
So, as often happens in films just like this, the porn-obsessed dad gets hammered and makes the big Iraq dish fuck the space-time continuum until the plot happens.
Jesus! What the hell was that?
Narrative progress.
An inciting incident.
A little bit of a light show.
Special effect.
But not too special, though.
I've never seen anything like that before.
Well, of course not. You exist inside Terrorvision.
If satellite TV being used to bring nothing but pain and horror into people's lives sounds far-fetched, I'd like to remind you that Sky used to be owned by Rupert Murdoch.
In a way, in this world of carefully cultivated Uncanny Valley Americana, the bidding continued until morale improved, because it actually worked.
All right, Putterman. What a guy.
I sort of appreciate them really leaning into the sitcom aesthetic by filming the exteriors in another, smaller set, but this might all just be one giant set and that was all they had left over after building the house.
This baby is going to open a whole new dimension in television pleasure.
That whole new dimension being real-life exteriors randomly sometimes existing, like in this shot.
But to be fair, if there's anyone who would know all about opening all new dimensions in pleasure, it'd be the guy who spends the whole time surrounded by 2D porn. Oh hey, found the History Channel.
Throat movements! Leave it here!
No way!
Kid there, there's a kid there!
This is grungy!
Thank you!
Channel 69, Pop. I've
not mentioned it yet, but Susie's hair is ridiculous. How okay I am with that will be directly proportional to how funny they're trying to be.
I kind of love her look in general. She's the exact point where the 80s and a scathing parody of the 80s meet, fall in love, and adopt a kid who has to live in two very different cultural worlds.
Good point. Maybe she's secretly Cyndi Lauper.
She also might be a walking McFly single.
Well, now I'm gonna have to hate her on principle.
Where's MTV?
Currently on trial for killing the radio star.
But don't worry, they're currently playing clips of Wasp from the Dungeon Master on a loop.
MTV? No problem.
Barely anyone noticed.
Ugh, he is so nasty.
Mary Warnov's got a bit of the Kate Siegel about her, doesn't she?
Which one? There's two.
The one that starred in the show about the married couple with kids living in the house that navigated all sorts of troubles and interpersonal drama, and there's an undercurrent of sad domestic horror through the whole thing.
Have you any idea how unhelpful that description was?
Well, no, but I kind of hoped.
Intellectual decay! Turn it off and rot your brain cells at the end!
Well said, important character in the movie Terrorvision.
Food for thought.
Thought starved 9.5 minutes ago. We were 8 seconds in.
The grandpa has some Dick Miller energy about him. He's like Murray Putterman on meth. Wait, Futterman, Putterman? Not that far off. One futzes about and the other's a putz.
What the hell?
Oh no, they're gonna poltergeist. Well, based on the decor, who else would haunt this place?
Actors with careers tragic as any ghost story.
Gosh, that could have burned down the whole house!
Stanley, you call Norton right this second.
Some people just want to watch the house burn down.
It's fine. It's working fine. It's cool.
Oh boy, Medusa! Hello, bloodsuckers.
The whole Medusa thing is odd because she's a send-up of Elvira when Elvira was already a send-up of Vampira.
Who was also a send-up.
Please don't make this even more complicated. It's just a joke of a joke of a joke, and it's just about how she's got big hooters.
Will you look at those hooters?
Which was already the joke!
Elvira, more like Double D-Vira.
Blimey, you're stacked. I didn't even notice that.
She's a horror host, and tonight she'll be showing a marathon of some of her least expensive favourites. Naturally, Grandpa and Sheldon are in.
Let's watch her tonight, okay, Grandpa?
Hell yeah, we'll watch her. War stories and monster movies are educational. They're survival-oriented. They always neutralize the enemy in the end.
Foreshadowing! 11 minutes in and fashionably late, we're about to meet our last main character, Susie's boyfriend, O.D.
O.D., my new boyfriend!
Oh, Irish boy?
No, if anything, he's kinda waspy. much as he tries to hide it under that party sissy wig.
Oh, wow, what a drag.
Now, I know this is low budget, so I'll forgive him for playing his own theme song on mini air guitar.
I was about to make a "oh, for a few dollars more" joke, but then I remembered the man who played his own theme was in Once Upon a Time in the West.
You know, this is set in California, probably. You could still make the joke.
Nah, moment's gone.
Okay, then fine, let's get back to the good, the bad, and the ugly.
I resent that.
Hey, I resemble that remark!
Kind of wild to the Puttermans, of all people, to have a problem with some wearing leather. But they could be sad that they weren't asked to be involved.
Hello, Mr. Putterman. I'm glad we're finally getting a chance to meet.
I suspect that Mr. Putterman's getting some fisting ideas from those rings. Half punching him for being near his daughter, and half the other thing.
Can we use the jacuzzi tonight?
Not tonight, baby. Your father and I might be swinging.
OD's getting some ideas about that MILF, and shortly afterwards, Dad gets some ideas about a lamppost. And they've all got big plans for tonight. Swinging, causing a moral panic somewhere, and most importantly, being killed by a ravening space turd.
Oh, my new night.
Oh! Woo! Killer!
But all that's slightly later on. Odie's not done inventing Bill and Ted yet. Diane Franklin definitely had a thing for men in the 80s who were excellent.
Hey, old dude. Cheating, man.
Lizard tail jerky. It's mighty darn tasty.
I feel like the fly that lands on the grandpa's face mid-take really adds to the whole lizard tail eating scene.
It's like a Dogma 95 moment in a film at a Dogma 69's.
Hey, little dude. Kiss the boot, man.
Kiss the ass, bozo.
Okay, now that is a definite power move.
And as we saw earlier, no one in this family believes in gun safety.
Jesus, could you believe that, kid?
That punk stuff is just a phase anyway.
Yeah, I know, but don't they know how ridiculous they look?
And he can make that judgment because he's dressed like Dr. McCoy in Star Trek The Motion Picture.
Look at him. You can tell by the way he uses his walk he's a woman's man. No time to talk. So I hope he shuts up.
That rifle is a great choice on the part of the kid. You never want to watch Robot Monster unarmed.
Worship my superior intelligence, or I shall wipe you from the face of the planet.
I'll do one better. I never want to watch Robot Monster.
Noted.
Why are you smiling?
Oh, no reason at all.
Pretty good old movie, ain't it?
No.
I get the feeling we could outsource our end of review summations to that very exchange. So because everyone in this family is obsessed with fiddling with something, Grandpa messes with the satellite control, giving us a minor LSD trip.
Oh, I've seen this one. This is where Tom Baker tries to learn Tibetan, laughs for no reason, and sucks off a giant monster. It's Creature from the Pit.
No, Monster from the TV, because much like Tubi and Quality Control, the monster is officially inside the screen.
Well, do something, you ugly bastard!
Man, this is the dumbest movie I ever saw.
What a bunch of crud!
Monster movies are suddenly much less interesting now that they're living in one.
And Medusa wants to hear some kinky nightmares.
Even Elvira wasn't quite on the nose enough to motorboat the audience.
Medusa, because she makes the audience hard.
Oh, sweet. Now they're watching Larry Cohen's Q, the feathered Muppet.
It's close to midnight, they've both fallen asleep, and while they've been watching monster movies, the monsters have been watching them. Oh no, even worse, Jeffrey Jones is on the prowl!
Don't say it.
Why?
Because I want to.
Okay, fine.
Oh God, not as one-eyed monster! Anything but that! Ah!
Not even Jabba the Slut can handle a crazy old man's war cry, though. So he's soon back inside the TV until they've enough money to pay for puppeteers.
It looked like a monster.
There's no such thing as monsters, boy.
Except maybe Dalton Trumbo.
He was a goddamn burglar.
A literal turd burglar. How quaint.
I mean, credit to Grandpa, he might have badly trained the kid to use firearms, but he still won't swear near his grandson.
He was a goddamn burglar.
That said, the fact that he confuses an up-close space alien for a burglar suggests that the Grandpa might need a pair of glasses.
I wouldn't trust anyone who mistakes the two with a gun, I'm just saying.
The Grandpa might just be really racist.
Fair.
I like that they have a bomb shelter just casually built into the housing. Given their swinging, I bet they've had serious conversations about repopulating in the event of nuclear war. And I think I've just grossed myself out.
Ah, yeah, Dr. Strangelove style.
In more ways than one. Now I know I've grossed myself out.
Two things occur to me. One, that Grandpa's getting less of a party every day. And two, that kid is the perfect age to grow up to be Dylan Klebold.
And what I taught you about the 30-round magazine, boy?
I remember, Grandpa.
Chad Allen, who played Sheldon's about 6 years too old.
Are you seriously telling me that that kid doesn't look like he'd be held back for a few years?
In other news, the dad's friend Norton, the Satirical TV guy, has come to take another look at the dish, and give us a number of looks at his trousers, which technically could be tighter, but it'd be difficult.
It'd give all new meaning to the word Terrorvision if they were.
Can't even get a hiney for the road.
Oh please, that can has had way more than enough heinies. You know, I think I just won our argument. There's no way an American film made by Americans and set in America is gonna have a satellite repairman come out in the middle of the night.
Except maybe as a subplot in a Tony Kushner play.
What are you talking about?
Well, I was going to say Angels in America, but you know, that's one of the few things that's not in that.
What are you even talking about?
Art.
We didn't add that. CPR saves lives after he shoots them.
Remember, boy, the best way to stop the enemy? Brain shot.
Not sure how that works in a literally brainless film, but I guess we'll find out. Oh look, a visual depiction of Twitter.
What the heck?
It is amazing what average people living in a porn museum could do in the 80s. Nowadays, to try and make contact with space, you need to give Elon Musk a son.
Stay right where you are.
So, after the traditional American greeting, Norton's left to his work, and to being glad he wore trousers so tight there was no physical way for him to crap himself. Grandpa and Sheldon decide to recon the house to find the intruder, first checking out one of the more U-rated rooms in the building, Barbie's BDSM palace. Then the whore of the lactating Aphrodite.
These parents are definitely Reagan Democrats.
Did you hear that?
Say what, little buddy?
Kid, he was far too busy staring at the walls and drinking heavily to listen to that. Maybe drink a little less in future. You don't want to be drunk.
What's so wrong with being drunk?
Ask him.
Hello.
Oh, it went straight to his head. So this film is like a weirdly porny Nickelodeon show attacked by a snot monster. I'm not sure if those things would improve Henry Danger because I've never seen it before, but I'll just leave the idea hanging there uncomfortably.
The grandpa was clearly the best character, so it really bums me out they killed him off so quickly. Bit of a tactical error in my opinion. Yeah, you get it? Military. But he did keep a Confederate flag in the bunker, so he deserved to get eaten. And I'll say this about the monster, it's like if you put Jabba the Hutt and a stupid puppy in a Brundle pod and Eric Stoltz wasn't there to euthanize the result. There's something about it that's sort of adorable, but also makes me want to lose my lunch, which means it's exactly what's intended. I'm guessing it doesn't eat Sherman too, because then the film would be too short.
Like you, it's already too short. So Sherman locks himself in the bunker and we have a child armed with an Armalite, getting ready to defend himself. A familiar sight to many in Northern Ireland when they made this.
Did they also defend themselves against ravening aliens?
Only the English.
Hello, police?
The grandpa's a red phone, that is great. So this new fairy tale, The Boy Who Cried Monster, goes about as well as you'd expect.
Are you aware that what you're doing is a criminal offense?
Alas, Sherman's a tad too stupid to yell at the cop until he comes to arrest him, so his parents and their guests will have to be added to the body count instead.
Voila! Chez Putterman.
So regal, so magnificent, and so isolated from the city.
I thought the Family Ties set was impressive, but this is next level.
Yeah, it's kind of a nature trip.
Absolutely none of it is allowed in a 50-meter radius.
Puts you in touch with the real you.
Well, that just makes things worse for everyone.
Oh, is he going to be joining us?
Sherman!
Well, let's hope not. The film would be of much more dubious legality if he did.
Spiro here is the final role of Alejandro Rey, who was quite the prolific character actor. He was kind of like who you get if you couldn't afford Ricardo Montalban or Anthony Quinn. In this movie, he's playing Greek in the Ben Kingsley school of ethnicity.
So his dad's Greek and he originally had a Greek name?
Well, Ben Kingsley played more roles than Gandhi, you know.
No, he didn't. Are you trying to tell me the Thunderbirds movie from 2003 actually exists?
Or Blood Rain.
No, that doesn't exist either.
What about the Thursday Murder Club? I'm pretty sure I saw that in the cinema about a week ago when I filmed
none
this.
of these are real. You invented them all. You psychotic. You came up with these things. Why would you ever come up with Blood Rain? That is a sign of a diseased mind.
Art collectors, eh?
Oh, hell yeah. Listen, I know a place where you can get all this stuff real cheap.
I do wish the performances were a little less. Everyone's really going at it, and I know they're meant to be obnoxious and mission accomplished on that, but we're supposed to be watching them for 80 minutes.
On the other hand, if there was any subtlety in the performances, it'd just make everything else even faker. At least as it is, the performances match the drapes, so to speak.
It's kind of amazing given the sheer amount of scenery chewing from the cast that they haven't eaten any of the artwork yet.
I'm pretty sure even the Italians would frown in having cunnilingus in front of children.
Okay, I momentarily forgotten how graphic the paintings were.
You forgot to say thank you. You're welcome!
Art collectors, eh?
Oh yeah, he has over 50 guys chained up in the basement. Garfunkel, Carney, even a couple are still alive. Some of the artwork is actually pretty good, or at least less bad than the rest. Like the Vitruvian woman over there, or this one.
My iron nipples are so high. My iron nipples are so high.
Ta-da! The Pleasure Dome!
2 couples enter, 1 quad leaves.
Hey, check it out. I got this baby wire.
Oh yes, easy listening on tap, just like the ancients had.
Roman guy, Roman all the way.
Play it cool. I got some rules.
Hey, what is this movie?
I believe it's called Terrorvision.
It might be the Guyver.
It might also be Amistad, but it's still not.
People of Earth, you must heed my warning. Destroy your satellite receivers.
Oh no, the alien tried to warn us about Starlink and we didn't listen. We didn't listen.
It may already be too late.
I don't know. It looks kind of like that. You know, where the Martians steal all the Earth women and knock them up. You know, to repopulate Mars.
I don't think that's a real film, but it sure sounds like something you'd review if it was.
It is a real film. It's called Mars Needs Woman. Mars Needs Moms is a riff on it. And now I'll never review it just to show you I have layers. Anyway, regardless of how half-heartedly he tries...
Oh, Mom, there's a monster!
Sheldon just can't get through to his mom about the monster.
Makes sense. Everyone knows the second takes just makes filming take longer.
Sherman, what have you done?
That's where Grandpa was!
You can really tell this is an 80s horror film because the gunge was probably the highest expenditure on the budget sheets outside of cocaine. They probably had a slime sommelier on speed dial.
No, Mom! No,
Get in there!
Parenting, Joseph Fritzl style.
Oh, that would be a real monster movie.
Of course, because this is Terrorvision, the monster's absorbed Grandpa's head into itself and can wave it around and access his memory and personality, after a fashion.
Hold your god-dang horses, I'm changing in here!
Like how he had a personality, after a fashion, and Sheldon's locked in there with him. It says a lot about this family that he was wrapped in a sheet and dripping with mysterious goo and she didn't bat an eyelid.
I'm just taking care of business here.
Says even more about his politics, that he was repeating meaningless, nonsensical phrases and she didn't bat an eyelid.
I'm just taking care of business.
Grandpa? I hear you, Grandpa.
You best not be listening to Lizard Tail again, Grandpa.
Oh, thank goodness. They can't seem to decide on how smart the alien is. It's smart enough to control Grandpa's head and manipulate the mum, but dumb enough not to strike?
Smart enough not to end the film too quickly. So what's going on with the kings and the queens of the swingers, the fumble VIPs?
I just really love your house here. It's so kind of weird.
Never had to walk past a game show recording to get into a house before.
Yeah, thank you. We did it ourselves.
In most of the rooms. They tried in the bunker, but Grandpa kept muttering incoherent slogans about freedom at them.
Spiro, why don't you come help me make the drinks?
Excellent idea. I make a wonderful margarita. Very unusual.
The trick is the cheese. You know what these people are? A 1950s PSA about the dangers of straight people.
Well, except Spiro. He's an obvious PSA about the dangers of Greek people.
Also the dangers of casting someone who sounds like how Ricardo Montalban's chest looks.
Stanley's such a fascinating fellow. A real Renaissance man.
Not quite sexy enough.
He's got a really high IQ.
I'm barely convinced he could spell IQ.
Lady, his episode of Star Trek was a Q story, and it didn't even have Q in the title. It did, however, have I in it. Damn it.
People of Earth, please heed my warning.
Pluthar here is the head of the sanitation station from the start of the film, and he's very Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, especially in the polite announcements of impending annihilation.
I'm so terribly sorry for the inconvenience.
I went to my hairdresser today.
So the films remembered that Our Lady of Perpetual Cleavage Medusa exists, and what's Sheldon to do? The police don't believe him, his parents don't believe him, Plan C is impractical because he doesn't have access to a flamethrower. So he moves on to Plan Double D.
Is this Medusa?
Even the kid's smart enough to be surprised there's no call screener.
And I have this problem and nobody believes me. And there was this monster.
Well, the kids are about to find out that the Peter Vincent gambit doesn't work in real life.
Well, it also didn't really work in the film for a while either.
Currently under psychiatric care.
No!
I do find it kind of hilarious that when you look up Jennifer Richards, who played Medusa on IMDb, her headshot is just a screenshot of Medusa.
She is forever immortalized as a horror host with tits so good she turns people's dicks to stone. I'd be proud too.
You know, it just wouldn't be a 1980s movie without some casual, or a lot of casual homophobia, and so it turns out that Spiro's not here for her, he's here for him.
I like boys. Stanley is such a manly man.
You know, this raises a question or three. Spiro and Candy live together.
We much prefer to live on the yacht.
Yeah.
They seem to be some sort of couple, and yet he's visibly turned off by the mom.
Little sneak preview.
Raquel.
Is he like in a sham marriage with Candy? Is he bi and completely dedicated to Candy except for his man time? And Candy, who's she sleeping with? So many questions.
Exactly 3 questions. But yes, that is a puzzle. No wonder you assumed Mr. Putterman was bi. He has more heinies on his shelf than a Dutch import store.
Whoa! What do you got in here, Spiro? Blast off?
Blast off so hard I'll blow your toupee off.
I don't get it.
Good.
See you soon, Tiger?
You bet, guy.
You look so serene, like Cleopatra on the Nile. Maybe it's a sex lubricant.
Spiro, you have no idea. Like, literally, you might be the dumbest person in this film. He leaves her by a regular-looking pool, then he comes back a few minutes later, the water's milky, there's dry ice everywhere, and she's suspiciously not talking. He deserves to get eaten. What's on the menu, Ramsay? Oh yes, an idiot sandwich!
How about a quickie?
Well, that probably answers one of my questions earlier. Is he bi and completely dedicated to candy, except for his man time? Like, maybe he's geographically bi and his sexuality depends on where he is. Or maybe he's just turned on because she's bathing in ass's milk.
Like Cleopatra.
I know that was inappropriate, but just how homophobic was that joke?
Borderline. Then across the border. What face is that?
Oh boy, her vagina dentata got a bit long in the tooth. But I gotta say, I do love it when a film made decades earlier manages to reference Tokyo Gore Police. That's how you know they put extra effort in.
Listen, Spiro, we gotta work something out, pal. What the hell did that homo do to the jacuzzi?
Oh man, he gave the jacuzzi AIDS!
Wait a minute. What is that?
That'd be a Langolier crossed with a sex pest.
I feel that when you've killed off most of the cast at just over the halfway mark, you're kind of stuck for ideas.
Nah, it's an old slasher movie trick. You bring characters in just to kill them off. Keeps you from getting bored.
Do they also get bumped off precisely when they start getting interesting?
No, they're slasher characters. They die right after reminding you why you want them to die.
Mom! Dad!
So what's a kid to do in this situation? Well, first up, you call the cops again and hope that you've insulted them enough that they come to arrest you.
I warned you about this, son. You are in a hell of a heap of trouble.
Woo you!
And second, realize that you are home alone and that you're a small blonde child. Surely too precocious to kill. Embrace it and prepare. Oh, looks like I was wrong. He's not home alone.
Hopefully you'll also eventually be wrong that he's too precocious to kill. This film is meant to be a satire of the 80s, but the decade was so very excessive that this film's garish fashions and designs don't feel like a massive leap. If anything, it's more like it's Stranger Things in the decade itself.
I don't quite agree. I'm pretty sure Susie's hair gains an extra colour and a few centimetres every time she's on screen. Plus, take a look at OD. The guy knows that being murdered by a heavily armed kid's not fashionable yet.
This is a perfect scathing satire.
You don't know what any of those words mean.
Well, maybe I don't, but this is my pocket dimension. This is my rules, and I rule with an iron fist. You don't want to know what I can fist with it.
Is this why Omega left you? Oh my god, I actually hurt her.
The monster got him.
Sherman, if you would shut up about the monster, I'm going to make you take your pills.
Pills? What color?
Pills? Excellent!
Whoa, man! Puke City!
Yeah, the artwork sure does leave a lot to be desired. Like artwork. Though I do nearly like this one of Kim Jong-un as a foot. Still not believing him though, Susie drags Sherman to go looking for their parents. Clearly the best idea in a film made out of them.
Hi, kids!
Oh, family values. Brian using his society style.
It's very rare that you get to see quite so literal an orgy of monstrous death.
Well, at least until Guillermo del Toro pulls his finger out and makes an actual porno.
Well, of course.
Remember, kids, you do your thing, we do ours.
In more ways than one.
Mother, that is so disgusting. Have any of you seen Gramps?
Right here, honeybee. Just taking care of business.
This is good comedy.
Oh, Gramps, that is totally sicko.
Yeah, super aggressive, really let themselves go.
Finally, a scene where it makes sense. No one questions the ooze all over them. One thing I appreciate is the cast clearly waggling their arms and legs under the blanket to make it look like the alien is controlling them.
You have no idea how much I want an actor's commentary from these people. Not the kids. Nah, that'd be boring. The older the cast member, the more respected the career, the better.
I thought I was a monster.
That's okay, Sherman. Someday you'll understand.
Oh yeah, that is good trauma.
Honestly, I don't understand how Sherman doesn't already understand. He's living inside a giant sex ed comic book.
Earthlings, please, you must heed my warning.
Earthlings, please listen to me, or I'll be forced to move my hands even closer to the camera. And you do not want to know what that means in my culture.
It just means I'm begging you even harder.
I told you you didn't want to know.
Hey, dig this stupid movie. It's just this one dude talking.
Me, when I watch Locke starring Tom Hardy. So only 53 minutes in, after listening to the message for ages and hunting the alien for even longer, Sherman finally puts two and two together and gets something other than 22. The nice alien guy is talking about the monster.
Yeah, Sherman's really not smart enough to be dragging around a rifle that somehow fires cartoons.
One of the things the message warns about is the monster's ability to mutate endlessly.
Mutating endlessly until your planet is a barren wasteland.
We don't see much evidence of that in the monster, but we do, kinda, in the film itself. It's gone from a deranged, subversive Italian part of the USA to still that, but also a monster movie, a sex comedy, and back again. And now it's going to mutate again, this time into an E.T. or Mac and Me kind of thing, that involves people being reduced to unsightly damp patches on the ground and unidentifiable biological residue. Or E.T. or Mac and Me with Taco Bell instead of other traditional American foodstuffs.
No! Get away! No!
You see, the monster's previous, handler also wore black leather with studs in his hands.
He looked right at my studs and cooled out. This dude's into metal!
So as far as it's concerned, OD, and by extension the rest of them, are now his owners.
This is where the movie loses me completely. You can't have a monster kill half the cast and then do this.
Yeah, you can. They just did.
Yeah, they can, but equally, I can complain about it.
And you can.
Well, I think they could have made this a whole film. Some kids adopt an alien and try to keep it a secret while it eats people. It's like Trauma to Spielberg.
See, that would have been terrible, but it'd be something. This is them domesticating the monster while they build up to the finale because they ran out of plot and need something to do. What makes this worse is that this section shows that it's an animal. It's got the same level of intelligence as a dog.
On my planet, the hungry beast is a house pet, similar to your earthly dogs and cats.
So how is it making people talk?
Well, think about it this way. It has access to human brains, memories, and all that. And it controls them, but it only barely knows what to do with them or how they work. If you're playing a character in a video game, you can make a character cast a spell or leap off a cliff, but you can't do those things yourself. The monster's like that with human-level intelligence. It can control it in others, but it cannot have it itself.
I suspect it also helps that all the humans in this thing are fucking morons. But there I go, looking for logic in Terrorvision, where the monster looks like a half-melted Ben & Jerry's made of shark.
He's so barfy. He is not. It's cool.
Sherman, it ain't most of your family.
Yeah, but they were rich dickheads, and now he's a co-owner of a house.
Point.
Anyway, whether you're adopting a magical bald child like in Stranger Things, or the weird science turd frog minus the Bill Paxton, the approach is basically the same.
Food. This is called food.
Well, that is a matter of debate.
This is music.
Now this is my band. I wrote this song.
Oh, everyone's a critic.
that the monster has the hang of eating, destroying speakers, and not killing everyone on sight, it's time to teach her how to speak.
I'm OD. O-D.
Hi, monster! I'm Susie.
I'm Sherman. Yeah, Sherman! Sherman!
Yeah, I think his name blows too. Anyway, they've done food and music, time for TV, and who better than the Grand Canyon cleavage herself, Medusa.
One glance, and you're hard as a rock.
It's quite telling that pun was met with a stony silence.
What are we gonna do with it?
We're gonna make $1 million.
That's slightly optimistic. Your box office was more like 320,000, which is just over 900,000 today.
I mean, a monster from outer space, and it's like we own him.
Susie is somehow like a clash between an 80s Valley girl and a 60s Barbie girl who talks like she's in an episode of Happy Days.
Yeah, she's Cyndi Lauper, alright. So they have a bit of a tiff about ownership. Does Sheldon, being the first person to see it, outweigh OD's claim to being the first person to communicate with that? And then there's this.
What about Mom and Dad?
Too busy fucking and or being dead to have an opinion worth listening to.
Wait, they don't know they're dead? Grandad's dead and he was in the orgy. Or was that too subtle a clue for you?
Well, maybe they assume the alien was in the orgy as Grandpa.
This is not the direction I would expect for a film with a child protagonist, but you'd think I would have learnt that by now.
Well, they might, but I wouldn't. You're fucking dumb.
So what's step 1 to making $1 million from a ravenous bug-blooded beast of trial?
Forget it.
Step 2 is being a dumbass. And step 3 is TV.
Till next week, Medusa hopes you have some wet nightmares.
Oh, come on, Medusa. That pun doesn't even make sense. Unlike mine. Ha ha ha. Ejaculate.
Yeah, that's more like H.R. Giger's career than a pun. Medusa's dedication to horror is complete. She never takes her headdress off, and she even films with a skeleton crew. As in, I assume the rest of her production team are dead.
Wonderful tonight. You were absolutely brilliant.
Hey, Alla, give me a brew and...
I bet that's Heineken. This film's taste in beer is so inbred they're all Heineken. Sorry, Medusa. Maybe it is that hard. Get it? Hard? Like in a... Okay, I'll stop.
Show's over, sucker.
Short story short, they managed to get Medusa's attention in between her insults.
Medusa?
Oh, who's this? Your split personality?
By giving her chest, and the rest of her by extension, I assume, somewhere to party tonight.
Party, huh?
A real fun party.
Oh, yeah?
We're on Putterman Lane.
So the Puttermans live at Putterman Lane. There's a house full of Greco-Roman stuff, and 2 important things are called Medusa. This is what happens when you spend all your creativity on everything but names.
But more importantly, what's the monster up to? Getting kinda pissed off because the strange person talking about movies has gone away and now he's being forced to watch commercials.
This guy just doesn't dig commercials.
Day in the life of both our audiences.
If we had any.
I'll get it.
It's her already?
I have a warrant here for the arrest of Sherman Putterman.
Hello, this is the bad acting police. I'm here to add to the body count. Good thing too, as the monster's starting to get frisky.
I am your friend.
Hey! I said shut up, butthole!
Oof-faced! Kinda deserved that.
Bean?
Oh no, the Eli Roth clip.
Oh my god!
Good work, Sheldon. Now it is a taste for bullets.
Oh, just one quick!
Freeze, son! You're under arrest! Hey, hey!
That's a pitiful grenade. It only destroyed pre-cut walls. And we all knew it was coming, but the cop's death has some definite Austin Powers security guard energy to it.
It's like Muldoon's clever girl from Jurassic Park, but neither clever nor a girl. And so the shorthand of the law has been disarmed.
Oh, he said, ah!
It's a very important plot point. I'm glad they clarified it.
Where's OD?
Oh, dead. Right where you left him. You know the old saying, live stupid, die young, leave a guitar-shaped corpse.
Poor guy, getting killed by the only face melter he didn't want.
Doesn't look that much worse. Glad you agree. Anyway, time to check on a mum and dad, looking more than a little shagged out.
This proves nothing. That's exactly the amount of bodily fluids they leave if they just nipped out for pizza. You know, the thing that placates this monster slush dry ice factory is apparently B-movies. Quick, invent Mystery Science Theater and the Earth is saved! In the not-too-distant future of Terrorvision, there was a sloppy shit that I can't remember the name of. I'm going to abandon this ad-lib, cause I don't know the words to the song.
Sherman has another plan though, not a good plan or a smart plan, but an existent plan. Grab the laptop-sized remote control and lob it in the pool. Let's see how it fucks up.
Bonus points for originality.
Sweet. Not you.
Earth children, please. I mean you no harm. I am Pluthai, here to save you.
Like, what is going on around here?
Now, I ain't nothing but a simple country reviewer that can't help but think that this scene explaining the monster maybe should have gone a little earlier, like sometime before 5 minutes from the end, which would have left this time set aside for a proper finale or to explain why I started putting on this accent.
On my planet, the hungry beast is a house pet.
Basically, it's called a hungry beast, for obvious reasons. It's a pet on Pluthon's world, but really dangerous if it begins to mutate. So his job is to dispose of them by converting them to energy and beaming them away for someone else to deal with. Quite why he cares about the havoc it's wrecking on Earth when his job is to literally send it far away, and why he does more mutating in this scene than the hungry beast manages in the whole film are not explained.
This is good. Explanations just breed complacency.
Indeed. The last thing that Charles Band, the man behind 15 Puppet Master films, wants from his audience is complacency.
Holy shit, there are.
I really wish they'd brought him in earlier, though. Just listen to what we were denied.
If I can take the beast back alive, the victim's genes could be extracted from the hungry beast tissue and grown in special serum cultures. Of course, they'd have to live in special aquariums.
I don't understand. Why does she need an Amish terrarium?
Don't the Amish live in open air? Like us?
Of course, Betty, it's absurd. Putting the Amish in glass cases would be inhumane.
The one Charles Band production where the subject of tiny creatures came up and they decided against including them. I admire the restraint. Though this could just be him desperately trying to convince everyone else that he can quit at any time. He doesn't need tiny monsters. He can make films without them. You'll see.
That's what I like! Little things hitting each other!
Well, it looks like Medusa's already been thrown out of enough parties, strip clubs, and dive bars that going to a little kid's house in the middle of the night to check out his monster seems like a, well, maybe not a good idea, but at the very least, a non-career destroying one.
Right. Maybe it's already calling the cops.
Keith Moon's here too? I thought he was dead.
I love how she never takes her snake hat off by Grabthar's hammer. What an actress. I'm guessing she either doesn't get recognised enough without it or someone glued it to her head 3 parties ago.
Son of a bitch. Medusa! Not so fast, asshole! Ah! Ugly bastard! Pressure!
Oh, a Byford porpoise. It's like a Byford dolphin, but smaller.
Ew, nasty.
The 80s really were the gold standard for exploding heads, weren't they?
Outside of my paintball games, yeah. And we're done, and so are they. The monster arrives, and the actors lose their fight with an industrial-grade wind machine.
Suck! Suck! Suck!
Yes, kids, the monster wins. All the characters are dead, humanity is doomed, and then we get this.
The studio, Al, and make it snappy. Come on.
You know how this would have worked better? Not kidding, if it was a Simpsons Treehouse of Horror segment. Especially with that ending where the helpful alien gets killed, and then so do the heroes. The problem is that the movie would also be better if it was just 7 minutes long.
I disagree. This is a colourful, subversive piece of art, whether they intended it or not. It just skewers all sorts of Reagan-era American culture mercilessly, over and over and over again. Plus, it's a big gross alien that eats people. What's not to love?
More than you might think. Terrorvision is a pretty fun idea, and it has its moments, but it outstays its welcome. There's a lot of elements like the MTV generation and swingers thrown into the mix, but the big problem is that it kills off most of its characters before they get a chance to really be funny and play off of each other. So there are long stretches where it just flounders around in search of something to do and just throws in more characters to mug at the camera and get liquefied. It also never seems to find the right tone. Sherman and him screaming, "Monster!" makes it seem like a kid's movie, but the super horny jokes literally all over the walls makes clear it definitely isn't.
You ever consider that Sherman was then parroting American kids' films like they were parroting youth subcultures with Susie and OD?
No, that's just silly. The monster design effects are suitably gloopy, the colours are lurid, but it barely holds together, even at just 80 minutes or so.
So, I know you're all wondering about this, but who had the best post-Terrorvision career? The obvious answers are Garrett Graham, who had a very long career in random stuff, or cult movie goddess Mary Warnov. But no, it was probably OD. He's played by John Grise, who's quietly been appearing in everything from Hitman to Napoleon Dynamite to Taken, and currently turns up a lot in White Lotus.
No information about what his wig did afterwards, though. Anyway, pretty good old movie, ain't it?
No.
Did you know there's a band called Terrorvision?
Well, now I do. Are they also bad? Surprisingly not.
In a way, we finish with the foreplay and get our Paul Matthews on.
We could, or...
Oh, thank God that worked.
That's not fair!
Yeah, well, nothing in our relationship is fair. You should have bought one of those non-teleporting cameras like you bring to hotels.
No idea when it will be, but the next time you set foot in a hotel room, unless it's inconvenient for me, I will be there and we will Matthews!
Oh no, if only there was some way to avoid this, fate. Note to self, don't go travelling.
Oh, you'll go somewhere. Just you wait.
Thanks for watching the review. And if you enjoyed it, please feel free to subscribe, or if you want to support the show, you can head over to patreon.com/DemonDeHagan. There you can get early access, see exclusive videos, make requests, and join the Discord. If you're already a patron, then thank you for the support. And leave a comment if you like. YouTube likes it when people talk.